Hey guys, and welcome to part 3 of Let's Play Snowboard, kids. In the last part we did the longest race in the game, and we also did some little extras. So this time we are going to get back into the actual races with track 4, Night Highway. So it's a very cool level, and the first thing you're going to see is that I'm still using Jam, but I'm actually using freestyle board instead of Alpine. The reason is, A, the corners actually do get a bit tricky on this level. I wouldn't say they're that hard. I've played this game quite a lot, so it's not. I don't really need to use them, but yeah, it's kind of better to use all around or something like that for this level. And the second reason is because, as you saw there are shortcuts on this level. This is the first level to have shortcuts, and I believe this is the level that has the most. There's 3 in total. We've already seen the first one. If you go right at that bit where it says in, instead of going straight on, you actually go on a little shortcut. Now, I really like this level. The music's pretty decent. I think it's this level. Like, parts of this music, I think it's this one anyway. Reminds me of, like, it sounds like if Muse did the soundtrack, you know, like the game developers made 2 or 3 tracks and then they went to Muse and said, hey, can you finish this off for us? We can't be bothered. And they said, we're on it. That's what it sounds like, some of these music tracks anyway. I think it's this one. Anyway, it's still pretty cool. This is actually the second shortcut already. I think in this first lap I actually managed to do all of them. But that shortcut's pretty good, although it's quite hard to actually maneuver when you're inside it because the track is so thin. You know, if you actually go in there with another player, then you're just going to be bumping into them the whole time, so you want to be careful. Now, the main problem with this level and the shortcuts is that you don't want to take the shortcuts. It may sound stupid, but I'm using Jam and using Freestyle, but the shortcuts they're not that great. They can be quite hard to actually get into them properly, and the chances are you're going to get into them and bump into something, so you're going to just slow right down, even attempting to try and use the shortcuts. So it's better to say use like all around or Alpine and just don't go for them, because most of the time I've seen this all the time where someone will try and go for the shortcut and just mess up and just, you know, either fall off the track or something like that, you know. Because as you can see, I'm using freestyle so I can get into the shortcuts easy, but I'm now 4th, even though I did 2 of the shortcuts, so it's so pointless doing it. So yep. So we actually still have one more shortcut to show, but we'll be showing that off in a bit. Grab this, of course. Parachutes, very nice. Do I? No, see, I'm not gonna take that shortcut again because it's just rubbish. Just, oh god, Linda, that's my trick. That's what I like to do to people, stealing my trick. Now, one thing that's confused me and Mike, damn rock. Yeah, that was probably Nancy. Nancy, one of the things she loves to do is to get the blue box and then use it straight away if it's a rock. Because it's AI, so they can just use it when it, like, as quick as they can. So she likes to hide rocks behind blue boxes, so. But she doesn't do it all the time, so you're always going to get caught out by them. They're very annoying. But yeah, this is the way you actually go if you don't take that big shortcut that I took last time. And again, this is actually also pretty tricky. God damn it, Linda. All I wanted to do was make this jump, but now that's not going to happen. Oh well, she's drowning as well, so I guess karma got her back. I really need to get away from Linda. As you can see, me and Linda are quite close together, but the other 2 players, they're just gone. They left us in the dust. There we go, here's the last one, the last shortcut in this level. But again, as you can see, I had to go to like an almost full stop to manage to get into it. So, again, not worth it. If you actually have Alpine, you'll go quicker. So. Now, I know last time on the last track I said this is the one you're going to find tricky. Well, the chances are you may find that one a bit harder, but you probably won't lose or get stuck on it. This is the one you're going to get stuck on and lose all the time. As you can see here, I'm just not doing as well as I was before. I've got that same jump, or 2 jumps I've been screwed over by the coins and fell in. I fell in so many pits already. I mean, you may just be thinking, on this 123, why don't you just stop sucking so much? That's a good idea, random person on YouTube, but honestly, some of these items, like, the computer just gets items and uses them. You can't, there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, you can be tactical, but there's generally nothing you can do about it. So we're in 3rd place. We're actually gone up 1 since the last lap, but Nancy is so far ahead at the moment. Things aren't looking good for us. Things are not looking good for us. Because Tommy is actually one of the worst AIs in this game. Like, whenever you're up against Tommy, you know he's going to be an idiot and mess up. Invisible board? Linda didn't like that. Yeah, so this is something I'm going to use later on in the Let's Play. You may want to not attack certain AI like Tommy, because Tommy is terrible, and the fact that if it's in 2nd or 1st, it's just luck. So you can see there, he's now back in 4th after being in 2nd for so long, because he sucks, because he's just terrible. But someone like Linda, who's pretty damn quick, although that didn't help her out then. Wasn't quick enough for that snowman, were you, Linda? But yeah, like Nancy can be pretty decent, but she loves items. She always goes for items, so you want to be careful there. But we're actually catching up on her quite well. Now that we got past Linda, who, you know, and Tommy's now behind us, so he's not going to overtake, or he might. And we got a ghost, so we can use that on Nancy. One thing with a ghost, you can actually give 2 ghosts to one person, and they will get affected by both of them. So as you can see there, I've used a ghost, and Tommy got a ghost, because for whatever reason he decided to go for the item. But I got really unlucky there, and the bombs just, because you have to wait for them to home in, and I got really unlucky with the homing in, and the bombs just didn't, so Tommy managed to overtake, and then Linda comes out, hits us with the coins, someone else hits us with the coins, a lot of coins. It's gonna be close, folks. What's gonna happen next? So Nancy's pretty much gone at this point, but because see, I was so close. So because of those coins, and because I was using freestyle rather than alpine, I lost in the end, you know. So yeah, sorry that I lost that one, but the reason why I'm showing it is because I wanted to show off all the shortcuts and all the alternate routes. So imagine you saw all the shortcuts, and now imagine that I went back and did it and came 1st place, because you have to come 1st place. So I actually came 1st off screen because I thought it's a bit boring if I just show another race, you know. All that's going to happen is that I'm just going to do well and not take shortcuts, so imagine that. So we come 1st. That's the only time I'm going to lose in this Let's Play, by the way, so don't think it's going to become a trend. Now we come to a very interesting course. I love this course. I love the music, I love the style, I love the alternate routes, and it's just great. It can be quite frustrating though, this level. But you're going to know, the first thing you're going to see and think, wait a second, did he just put in a different game? Did he just put in grass board kids? You know, hilly kids? That's not quite as catchy. Because this whole level doesn't have any snow. You're just riding on grass, which I have no idea how well that would work in real life, but I can imagine not great. You know, grass boarding hasn't really caught on as a sport. And yet, if you see, you may not have saw that, but that cloud right there, and the cloud on the left now, look like animals. I think that one's supposed to be a rabbit, that second one, and that first one was very clearly a penguin. So that's something you can easily miss, and there's a helicopter in the sky now, so there's some really nice touches in this game, if you'd stop and look out for them. Of course it's a racing game, so you can very easily miss all the cool things that they've put in it, but you know, if you stop and take a look at the clouds, you can see penguins. Obviously, just like in real life. Not doing too great at this one, at the beginning. Okay, do I go into it? No, I don't. There's a shortcut right there, but I'll go into that on the next lap. That shortcut's actually really good, and I would definitely recommend using it, because this way can be a bit, it's longer for starters, and that corner can easily mess you up if you don't know about the corner. So, in 4th place again. That was awesome. That was the best thing. That's the best thing that can ever happen to anyone. Tommy or Slash fired a hand at me. I avoid the hand and it hits Linda. Because one of the good things about this game is that the homing attack, or the homing system on the items, sometimes it can screw you over, but sometimes it can really help you out, you know. Like it just did there. But you can actually avoid homing attacks. Sometimes they can go into the wall, or you can do the very skillful jump, if you just jump at the right time. But it's super hard to do and judge because it's kind of random. But yeah, if you jump at the right time, you can just avoid it, and you know, it's kind of cool. Like in Mario Kart, if a blue shell comes your way, apart from in Double Dash and 3DS, you can't avoid it. So it's kind of cool that you can in this game. That's lap 1 done. Hopefully this next lap's going to go a lot better than the last one. As you can see, Tommy's in front, and you may think that's like, again, he's probably one of the worst AIs, even though he actually has the most speed. So it's kind of weird that he is actually one of the worst AIs. And another reason why this was great, and it starts something that, I mean, I wish they did this in the earlier levels. There's an alternate path you can take. So if you say want to go left, you can go left. But if you don't like that route, you can instead go right and take this route. So if you didn't like the penguin cloud and all the grass, you can go inside this tunnel if you really want. It's cool. It adds a bit more to the race. And the main thing it adds is that now you have to make the choice about which one you want to go, which one you're better at, and also which one do the AIs go in. Because normally 2 of the AIs will go in one, and one of the AIs will go in the other, and it's set like that. They will always go that certain way each time, no matter what race you're doing or anything like that. So my advice would be to avoid the AIs. It's kind of nice to go the way they are, just because you can then take them out with items, but sometimes they can just really get in the way, and they can attack you with items, like Tommy did. He blew me up, the prick. Yeah, this is the shortcut. So much nicer to do. The main thing that's going to mess you up is the jumping, because if you don't know the jumps are there, you're just going to just fall into the pit straight away and waste everyone else's time. Oh, lovely sunflowers. Lovely 2-dimensional sunflowers. No gaps there. Yeah, very cool level. I like it. But we're finally back in first again. How it should be. How it should be. In case you're wondering, I won't be using Jam for this whole Let's Play, but I will be using Jam on the main courses. So, because I like Jam, although stats-wise I prefer Linda, because she's a bit faster, but her cornering isn't that great, but you can still corner pretty well. The main characters you want to actually use are the middle 3, because Tommy's the fastest but has no cornering, and Nancy is the slowest but has the best cornering. But you don't want to really use those 2 characters because you're going to get screwed over by the other stat. So instead you want to use Jam, who's second slowest, Slash, who's the middle, and Linda, who's second fastest, because you can still corner and still do well. That's just my opinion. Maybe someone likes Tommy. And Nancy's only good for the trick game, so I would not recommend using her. She just sucks. You know? You would only use her if you're really bad at cornering. Which I would understand if you were. It's a hard game to master, really. Oh, shoot. At that moment then, I was just like, well, I hope I can still win. Fingers crossed. I'm now... Yeah, here's another good thing, actually, about going alternate routes. If you go a different route to the AI, whatever the thing that tracks what position you're in will just, like, not like it at all, and will just be like, what? What's going on? So, as you can see here, I'm in 4th, and... Well, I am actually in 4th, but sometimes... You can be in 2nd and then go to... yeah, you can be in 2nd and go to 3rd just because you took a different route to the AI. And then you can, like, say, get the blue one and get coins. Or get the big coins, so... Again, very useful. Oh yeah, as we've seen, that's the item, that's the first time we've seen the mouse item. You can only get it when you're in 4th place. And it's quite rare at that. And what it does is it takes everyone else's coins and gives it to you. So now I have 6,470 coins, which is awesome, you know. It's a lot better in multiplayer, I would say, because it now means they can't buy items until they get coins. So if you use it in multiplayer, everyone has 0 coins now, so, you know, someone might go for an item, and if you don't have enough coins for the item box, you just bounce off it, and it goes, not enough, and it's really annoying. But we actually almost come to the end here. Tommy's a bit ahead, and I was like, oh god, oh god. Need to catch up. There he is. Get him. You can see him. He's trying to camouflage with his green jumper, but it's not working. So he's now actually got 2 ghosts on him, so he's going to be so slow. I'm sure we overtake him any second. Linda wants a piece of the action, but that's not going to happen. Everyone's flattened, and... Yes, first place. That whole race came down to who got the best start at that time. And unfortunately I got bombed, so I couldn't use them to take them out, so I had to just hope. And I got the best start and won at the very end there. Wasn't the best run of that race, but I still won, so that's the end of this part. In the next part we will be finishing off the final race. So I've been Honest on 23, and I hope to see you then. Okay, see ya.